on. Yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Y'all, so I know I'm early this evening. I know, I know, I know, I know. I'm a little bit early this evening. I accidentally went live a little bit before time because I sneezed. I'm dealing with my sinuses right now. Um so I sneezed and I hit the button by accident, but I'm here. I'm here. Welcome to the show. It is me, your girl Laborley, aka Catley, and
You have now tuned in to Ambitiously the podcast.
and what makes it worse is that I cannot hear. Hold on, I know how I'm gonna hear it. I cannot hear any of my stuff right now because I took my headphones out of here with the intention. Well, here's the reason why I took it out. I took my headphones out of here because I needed it this weekend so that we could make sure everything was a go. But I want to see something real quick. So just bear with me.
You have now tuned in to Ambitiously the podcast.
I forgot the delay. Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm trying to hear something real quick, y'all, so forgive me. Hold on. Okay. All right. Say less. All right, I'm back. I just wanted to make sure everything was working because I can't hear it, like because I don't have my headphones in right now, so it's just like kind of crazy. But anyway, welcome to the show. Today, whoo, child, today, today, I had to make sure I could hear everything first. I can't. I find it very hard to work in certain circumstances, and this is one of those circumstances because I can't hear the things. But now that I know that you guys can hear, I'm cool. Today, whoo, child, honey, another episode of the Wiretap. I'm kind of glad we started a little bit early because we are we have a few more pages of this indictment to read, and I don't know if you have read um today's show title, which is the Wiretap back to the IN-DIDDY-MENT. That was coined by our baby Doc, which he'll be joining us shortly. I'm just a little bit early today, so just give him some time to get his stuff together, whatever. But yeah, it's we back in the IN-DIDDY-MENT. There are so many things, but while we're waiting on him, there are so many things that I want to discuss. Like one, rumor has it Diddy right now is on a hunger strike because he's scared to eat. This is rumor, alleged. I don't know. On a hunger strike because he's afraid to eat in prison. Hold on, there's some more stuff I gotta tell y'all before Doc comes in here. Um, and then I'm gonna get to the things that I need to say. Hold on. Uh, it's just so much going on right now, y'all. I promise you. I'm gonna get it together though. I'm gonna get it together. But so apparently he's on a hunger strike. Everybody apparently is wiping their IG clean. Does this have something to do with the Diddy case? I don't know. But everybody is wiping their situation clean. Also, also, um, a lot of Diddy's statements are coming. The rooster is coming back to roost. But I found this so funny today, so I started the show with this, which is for those listening and cannot hear, I'm just going to describe it to you. It is a bottle of baby oil, and on it says Diddy oil. not baby oil, but Diddy oil, and it's a Johnson & Johnson product. Um, and I felt like that was a very important thing to share today, because we are getting to that portion of this indictment, and it's going to be interesting. So if you have not yet um, downloaded the indictment, um, or any of the other cases that we've read thus far or haven't read yet, you can go to our website, and I'm going to put that on the screen really, really quickly. And forgive my nasaliness. I just told y'all I'm going through sinus issues right now. But go to our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com, www.ambitiouslyent.com. I could show y'all while we're waiting on Doc real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all where to go to get this paperwork. Um, and I'm gonna get rid of this now. So yeah, hold on. Let me make sure that's out of here before, because I'm gonna show y'all where to go to get all of this casework. Um, because I don't want y'all to just take my word for it. I want y'all to read it yourselves as well. Oh shoot. Okay. Okay. I want y'all to read it for yourselves as well. I feel like I'm big on you know, just having proof. And so in my mind, if you read it too, then you know that I'm just not making up stuff. Hold on. I'm about to share this with y'all real quick so y'all can know how to get to this paperwork, to these court cases. So you scroll down. Hold on. It's not on the screen yet. So give me a second. Because I need y'all to know how to get there. I do. I feel like it's very important. So we're on it. Okay. So what you do is you scroll, scroll some more. As you can see, we are streaming live from my website right now. I'm not going to show y'all that, but we are streaming live from my website. Don't forget, make sure you check in this Saturday for the after party. But as you can see, after you pass the after party information, you will see where it says we officially have an app. You can just click the link, and I'm going to do it for you real quick so you can see. Just click the link, and it will take you to our app. On our app, any court case that we've ever read, that we will continue to read, will be on our app. As you can see, we have the indictment, we have the proposal package that he proposed that did not get accepted. We have the Don Richard case, and we got to cover this Kanye case as well. But that's all you have to do. It's very simple, very, very easy, streamlined, and all that good stuff. So just go there. So, oh, thanks, Doc, baby. I'm glad you are here. So let me say the things that I have to say before we get started, and then we'll get into it. Join the conversation. Again, forgive me if I'm nasally. I just told y'all I'm dealing with sinuses right now. Join the conversation. You can do that by dropping a comment. You can call in, or you could text the numbers 443-780-5978, 443-780-5978. Yeah, you could do that. It's just that easy. Just know that if you do call in, you will be live on air. If you text, I will be reading your text message live on air. And if you drop a comment, I'll be reading that live on air too as well, because I had to make sure that was the right one. Because I listen to the audience wants to hear what you have to say as well. So we will be doing that. If you would like to contact us for any reason at all, sponsorships, advertisement, you just want to say hi, you have some gab you want to send my way, whatever the case may be, contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Contact ambitiouslyent.com. Y'all have no idea what I'm dealing with right now, but anyway, Like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. We need every like, every share, and every subscription. We greatly appreciate it. I really just want the likes for real, for real. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate them so much. And it lets them know that we are here and we will be here forever. In the words of my wonderful DJ, Rukazi. We will be here. Make sure you check out our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com, www.ambitiouslyent.com. Y'all, again, please forgive me for my nasalness. I'm dealing with sinuses right now, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, like it's just annoying. It's so annoying. So it is what it is. All right, so I'm gonna do. Nah, I ain't doing that tonight. We gotta get into this case. I'm about to bring my boo Doc. Doc, you ready, baby? Let me know. Okay, good. I'm about to bring my boo Doc in here real quick, so we can have some conversation about what we're gonna have conversation about. We have to get back to this IN-DIDDY-MENT coined by Doc. I'm about to bring him in. Hey, Doc, baby.
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
Listen, I sneezed and it hit like. I mean, it hit live. And then next thing you know, I'm like, oh, I can't undo it now. Like, I have to keep going at this point. But
I was kind of confused, like, wait a minute, huh? And I know I'm usually like slightly late, but I'm like, I think I got a little bit of grace because I know you run through the intro and all that stuff. And I was like,
yeah, well, that's a good thing. Tonight, I was able to run through all of that and we could be on time a little bit.
okay.
It's the change of the weather.
Fall allergies.
So right now I'm nasally because I'm clogged, like I'm congested, and been blowing my nose all day.
Okay.
Been blowing my nose all day. I woke up this morning and all like the right nasal passage was like all the way clogged, and I'm just like, oh hell, it's fall. As much as this is my favorite season of the year because I am a fall baby, it's not my nose's favorite season of the year. So.
Okay. Well, make sure after this, take the trash out. You get your rest. You stay hydrated. You take the stuff you need to take because you also got a big weekend coming up.
I know, and that's the whole thing too. I'm like, oh my gosh, and then we got a show Friday. We got a show on Saturday, and I'm like, I got to get this together. So I'm gonna work on it. I got all day tomorrow. I really don't have all day tomorrow because it's the setup portion of it or whatever. But I'm here. Okay. So it is what it is.
I want to make sure we are doing the indictment or the proposed package.
No, we're gonna finish up the indictment first, and then we're gonna move on to the proposed package because that doesn't really take that long. It's not really.
Cool. I just want to make sure.
But we are on page 6, part B. Page 6, part B. I wrote it down last week because I knew this is where we were coming back to. So yeah, I'm gonna start, and then when you're ready, you'll take C. That work for you?
If you need a break or something, let me know.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do B. You go to C. We'll back and forth.
Okay.
So it's a lot going on in this case. It's so much, but we are about to get to a part. And I showed this, and I'm gonna put it back on the. Oh no, I took it off the screen. I showed something because because I felt like it was so funny, which was it's a baby oil bottle and it says Diddy oil on it, and then it has Johnson and Johnson and all the stuff at the bottom, and I was just like, how fitting would that be tonight? How fitting, because we're about to get into that portion of the situation. But let's go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If you don't know, like I told you guys how to get to the indictment paperwork, if you would like to read along with us as well, just go to our website, click the button, scroll down, click the we have an add button, and you can get the document as well. So here we go. members and associates of the Combs Enterprise, aka the Enterprise. I just like saying, the Enterprise, including high-ranking supervisors, security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and other Combs business employees, facilitated the freak-offs. Yeah, everybody involved. By freak-offs by, among other things, booking hotels for the freak-offs, stocking the hotel rooms in advance with the required freak-off supplies, including controlled substances, baby oil, baby oil, lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. Oh, because it had to be fancy. He had to record. He had to get that right.
Exactly.
The right. So cleaning the hotel rooms after the freak-offs to try to mitigate the room damage, arranging for travel for victims, commercial workers, and Combs to and from freak-offs, resupplying Combs with requested supplies. So obviously he ran out of baby oil and lubricant.
No, he ran out of baby oil.
And
he ran out of drugs. That's what I think.
I wasn't finished. And the narcotic, he ran out of all of that, because we're going to get to that. And I'm going to tell you why I felt like he ran out. And that's why he had the amount that he had. They raided his house. But we're resupplying him with requested supplies, delivering large sums of cash to Combs to pay the commercial workers, scheduling the delivery of IV fluids, in or about March 24th, during searches of Combs' residence in Miami. This was 2024. Florida and Los Angeles, in Florida, Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California, law enforcement seized various freak-offs and supplies, including narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Take it away.
My only thing with this is, and it's going to sound interesting, if these are all consenting adults, then it's just things you need for a good party. If you have to make a party and you know everybody is with the shits and everybody's coming, these are just things where you know, oh, I need to make sure I have enough ribs, enough chicken. Oh, this person doesn't eat this. I need to make sure I have all these things. He was just throwing an elaborate party overall. The problem is that it was people that were invited that didn't know that how the shit was going to go down.
And there were also, to add to what you just said, there were also parties that weren't consenting because they were drugged.
Yes. And that is the fucked up shit.
You can't be consenting when you're drunk, and you can't be consenting when you've been provided with narcotics.
Yeah.
How can I consent? I'm not even in my right mind.
Correct. And that's the fucked up shit. Believe it or not, I believe that if he kicked around to certain people, he probably just could have been having these parties the way he wanted to have them, and he didn't have to add anything extra to it. But
none of that, right? But I feel like the parties that he wanted to be a part of the situation, like I said, some of them were not consenting. Lil Rod. Lil Rod.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, I knew what I had to say. Hold on, before you get to see, though.
What's up?
I need to pull this clip up before the end of the night because Cuba Gooding Jr.
Come on now. Because I'm about to make a joke.
Comments about the situation.
I was literally about to make a joke about something about him, but I was going to say this after I read C. So, all right.
So we're going to save that for when we get through this.
Okay.
But
so
he's finally made a statement. Sorry.
This is
Uncle Cuba made a statement. All right, go ahead, Doug.
All right. Combs subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse to cause the victims to engage in freak offs. Combs maintained control over his victims through, among other things, and it's always interesting at the among other things, physical violence. All right, if you're doing physical violence, what's the other thing? Promise of career opportunities. If you're already doing physical violence and career opportunities, what's the other thing? Granting
That's
and
my
threatening
question.
to, huh?
Because you already, I don't know. What are the other things?
That's what I'm curious about. Granting and threatening to withhold financial support and by other coercive means. I am extremely curious what other coercive means, among other things, actually is, because those look either I'm gonna beat your ass if you don't do it, I'm gonna not pay you if you don't do it, or I'm gonna embarrass you if you don't do it. I don't really understand what the other things could potentially. The only other thing is like I'm gonna say that to the end. But all right, so including tracking their whereabouts, dictating the victim's appearance, monitoring their medical records. Whoa, that's gonna be a
Wow.
big one.
Here's the thing. We've already been through the Cassie case.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of those things, I want to say, come from her case.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
like tracking,
Yeah.
like her appearance.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think he did that to men. I think that he only did that to the women that were involved in his life, like Kim Porter,
Mm.
like
Okay.
Cassie. Even J-Lo might have got a portion of that. And she was like, nah, I ain't.
Look. But I think monitoring their medical records because
And that was in Cassie's case. Remember? He had her medical records sent directly to him.
look, I did medical shit. That's a HIPAA violation. Whoever did that, they backtrack that, they going to jail for 10 to 15 years and gonna have to pay a $2,000 fine. So
Right, because they was
whoever
not
you were,
because they
if
was
they
not
find out,
following the HIPAA code.
yeah. Controlling their housing and supply them with controlled substances during and separate from free calls, Combs among other business with these among other things. Hit, kick, threw objects at and drag victims at times by their hair. This is strictly
Cassie.
what we know of the Cassie videotape.
Cassie. Mm-hmm.
These assaults often resulted in injuries that took days or weeks to heal. Combs
Cassie.
also threatened victims' careers and livelihoods, including if they resisted participating in freak-offs. Victims believed they could not refuse. Combs demanded without risking their financial job security or without repercussions in the form of physical or emotional abuse. Combs also used the sensitive, embarrassing, and incriminating recordings that he made during the freak-offs as collateral to ensure the continued obedience and silence of the victims.
Now I feel like that last portion of it could include Cassie, but also could include Lil Rod.
I think they can include anybody that was in his vicinity because the one thing that they did say is that he had cameras everywhere.
Yeah. And that's a lot of people that's flipping
Because
out right now.
even with me, it could be the most, I don't want to say benign because it wouldn't be benign. But if
Right.
you're a famous person, you go to a Diddy party, and if you do have somebody that is your partner, spouse, however you want to call it, but then you
Right.
go to the party, you think you can just get a little slick off flirt, and then he's like, "Oh, I thought you flirting with this person," and I could tell your wife, and I could say name any actor or actress or musician that's been around him that may have had a legit girlfriend, but they thought, "Oh, I'm away from the prying eye," and Diddy might have just called that shit like, "I think you talked to this woman like 3 times. You put your hand in the small of her back, and I know you got a girl." It could be as simple as that too.
It could be, but I'm gonna tell you something. I audio because I don't have time, so I have to do work and listen. So I've heard the audio version of what alleged to be Kim Porter's book.
I heard about the one,
and I'm gonna tell you why I'll be sure probably would be like, nah, it's a scam in a minute. We gonna finish this stuff. Oh, got some piping. Ooh, this Honey, I know it's the wiretap, but I got some gab for that ass.
Okay, let it rock.
I got some
Oh,
gab for
well,
that ass. But let
are
me
we
get to
saving
Diddy.
the jokes
Huh?
for a minute, or we gonna rock with the little quips and jokes, or how you
Well,
want to
we
do this?
doing whatever we do tonight, baby. We gonna get through this thing and we gonna talk about
Look,
some
my only joke was, if you ever seen recent commercials with baby oil, look, Johnson and Johnson, a family company, and then all of a sudden, with Cuba Good Jr. That's
He
what
part
my
of the family. He is part of the family. I told you what Christian and them say when he come over. Dad, I'm not coming. I'm going back to my cabana because Uncle Cuba coming over and he's a weirdo.
no. And my other part would have been when they say, "Did Puff ever coerce you? Ever force you straight?" He would be like, "Nah, I was with that shit. I'm cool. He ain't had to ask me. Look, I wanted to do it.
He ain't make me do
Like anything that happened to anybody else, he was like, no, Puff didn't. He never asked me none of this shit.
I
He
feel
didn't.
like he's gonna be the only good witness on Puff's behalf.
He probably would be the craziest. If the caricature that we're making him out to be, and he takes a stand, he gonna say the most craziest shit and really
And,
mean it and not give a fuck.
and he gonna be on Diddy's side. I promise you. Like, nah, he ain't never.
Because it may be that weird shit where Diddy may have never, because Diddy recognized Q was like, this nigga wild, and just let him slide. Look, man, I ain't biting no more. Cause look, think about this. What if Diddy ever had to tell Cuba Gooding Jr. allegedly, nigga, you scaring the hoes?
You
Think about
scaring
how
my kids.
crazy. Think
You
about how
scaring
crazy
my
this would be,
kids.
huh?
You scaring my kids.
That too.
And that's my offspring. They already wilding out. You scaring them?
Think of the
My
level
son
of what
got a
happened to you.
case already, and my other son is in one of the cases with me. And you scaring them?
Think about how crazy that would have to be. If you already the dude that make freak offs and with the shits and doing horrible shit, sinister, heinous shit, but you got to tell somebody else, hey, you scaring the hoes.
You scaring the
What
hoes
if,
away.
what if,
Let me
what
tell
if,
you something though. Two of my brothers came over the weekend. I think it was Saturday because one of my brothers is a photographer and a videographer, right?
Mhm.
He'll be covering the event this Saturday. But while he was sitting here, he comes over here to edit because there's so many monitors and so many Apple products. So he came over here to edit some of his photos. And while we were sitting here, me and my other brother were having a conversation, and he was asking me little tidbits. And I know, because I'm nosy. We pulled up the little rod case because I was like, that was like the first court case that I ever saw photos in. And when I got to Cuba Gooding Jr.'s photos, my brother said, "Did that man got his hand on his thigh meat?"
Yes, he did.
I said, "Yes, he does." Yes, he does. When I got to the Cuba Gooding Jr. photos, I showed them all the photos, the studio with all the.
Mhm.
But when I got to Cuba Gooding Jr., my brother said, "Do that man have his hand on his thigh meat?" And I said, "Yes, bro. He got his hand on it."
Yeah. To me, that's the only. It's a dark, scary joke, but it's only like, what if Diddy is like, no, Cuba, y'all think I'm a wild boy? No, but Cuba's
Cuba's the
like,
wild
no,
one.
I'll tell you what I do. I've been caught a bunch of times.
Oh, child. All right, so let's get to part D.
All
He
right.
said, "Do you got?" He looked at me like, "Do you got his hand on that man's thigh meat?" And I zoomed in on a little bit more, like, "Yes, he does. Yes, he does."
To me,
And
it's
then
like,
what's crazy is the photo before that is like Diddy pumping him up, like, "Yeah."
no,
Oh,
no. That was to me. Remember we talked about. I said, "That's it. Hey, I got somebody I want you to meet. I'm gonna put you on with somebody." And then Lil
right,
Riley was like, "Me?
right,
No."
exactly. It was. My brother couldn't believe it when he said, and then my little brother, who's the photographer, videographer, he looked up like, he do got his hand on his tummy. It was crazy. Yes, he had his hand on his tummy. But let's get to part D. So, members and associates of the Combs Enterprise, sorry, I got to do it, including Combs security personnel, at times carried firearms, at times or all the time.
There's nothing wrong with that line to me, though, because if they're security, they should carry
That's why I
firearms.
said at times or all of the time. Look, this is bullshit. Okay. One more than on more than one occasion. I don't even know I got tongue. It's the sinuses. On more than one occasion, Combs himself carried and brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten others, including the victims, witnesses, and witnesses of his abuse. I bet. In or about March 2024, during searches of Combs' residence in Miami and in California, LA. Hold on, I gotta move this a little bit. Hold on, let's get to where we need to be. Wait, hold on. Okay, there we go. Los Angeles, California. Law enforcement seized firearms and ammunition, including 3, not 1, but 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers as well as a drum magazine. Now that goes back to that we'll take that all the way back to J-Lo and Cassie, right? So in the Sean situation, it was reported that he made J-Lo allegedly carry his firearm in her bag or whatever. And when that incident went down, she passed him the firearm. That's one case. And then in Cassie's lawsuit, she reported that he made her, it scared the crap out of her because he made her carry his firearm. So I could see that.
But by certain standards, that, and I don't think it happens the same way, particularly down south. Maybe it was more of an East Coast thing, but it made sense to me. Like, no, if you go to a club, and back in the day, I remember they would pat down the dudes. They really wouldn't pat down the girls, or they wouldn't really check their purses or nothing. So if you had put a weapon on somebody, you'll put it on a girl. I mean, it would make the most logical sense. And I do associate that more with like upper East Coast things or New York type things, that it would make sense. It's like, no, I'm going to
I'll say that maybe more so in New York because it could never fly in Baltimore. They checking everybody.
And that's kind of more on what I'm used to. Like,
everybody gets
checked because they'll have girl security and men security, and girls go over here to get packed down by the woman.
You can't bring a lighter. You can't bring certain things. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, maybe they were a little bit more lenient up north, like in New York or whatever. But here in Baltimore, that could never fly. But everybody getting checked, and they.
And I only associate that because I think the only time I've seen that it was interesting was like Virginia, where I'm like, the girls don't gotta get checked for nothing. And it was kind of weird to me. I'm like, oh, so they only think dudes fight? Half the time I'm in a club, it's usually girls fighting. Or not really, but the first fight usually is a bunch of girls.
The ones that get into it the most.
Yeah. But all right. Ready?
Yeah.
So members and associates of the Combs Enterprise enabled Combs control of victims by following his directions regarding financial payments to victims, advancing or suppressing the victim's career opportunities, and acquiring the controlled substances Combs used to keep the victims compliant. So he was getting everybody. Members and associates of the Combs Enterprise at times witnessed Combs' violence towards the victims or the victims' injuries caused by Combs without intervening. Instead, members and associates of the Combs Enterprise helped conceal the violence and abuse by, among other things, they kill me with these. Actually, I'm getting not like the among other things because I think they're trying to lead people when they read this to think it's something way more. But
I'm going to tell you what the way more is when I get to Kim's book.
Okay. Well, assisting Combs in monitoring and preventing victims from leaving locations such as hotels or Combs residence. The occasions included instances which a victim was required to remain in hiding, sometimes for several days at a time, to recover from injuries Combs inflicted, without being publicly observed. That means you have to be famous, kind of technically. But members and associates of the Combs enterprise also assisted Combs in locating and contacting victims who attempted to flee his abuse. And that's going to be, because that is conspiracy.
Let me just say this. When I get to Kim's book, all of this, or alleged book, that Albie Shores said is a scam, but I'm going to tell you why he said it was a scam. All of this will make sense.
Okay.
All of this. But as far as, victims being abused and people saying it, I think that plays a part in the Cassie situation more so, because there are, in that case that we read, there were a lot of different scenarios where she talked about his security guards being there. She talked about how after he did what he did to her, how he would ship her off and she would be taken to a hotel to recover for a week, or sent somewhere to have corrective surgery for the damage that he did, type of situation. And that's in her court case. So, you know what I mean? It's crazy. But I'm gonna do F and G.
Okay.
Because short sections. So when employees witness his abuse and others threaten his abuse or others threaten Combs' authority or reputation, I promise you, I'm gonna get to this book in a minute. Combs and members of his Combs and members and associates of the enterprise. Oh, I'm glad they said it this way this time. The enterprise. Engage in acts of violence, threats of financial and reputation harm, verbal abuse. These acts of violence include kidnapping and arson. Whose case is that from?
Oh, that's the Kid Cudi. That's the Kid Cudi one.
I was going to say, whose car did he blow up? The arson part, anyway. In addition, on multiple occasions, Combs through both objects and people, as well as hit, dragged, choked, and shoved others.
Hey, look, hold on. You know how crazy that line is? He threw objects and he also threw people. Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince, Bel-Air.
I'll give you a snippet real quick. One thing that came in this alleged book that Albie Shore said was fake, she said Puffy is stronger than he looks.
I wonder.
That's what she said. That's what Kim said.
No, I wonder if somebody's on drugs, they are stronger than they would be. It's a reason for it. It's also like people.
And she said that early on. This is before all the craziness started. This is where it really. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. All right, so let's get to G. When Combs' authority or reputation was threatened by the possibility of negative publicity or legal or law enforcement action against him, including in or about 2023, following the public allegation of Combs' crimes, Combs and members and associates of the enterprise, I just like doing that, pressured witnesses and victims, including through attempt bribery, to stay silent and not report what they experienced or knew to law enforcement on phone calls. Combs and other members and associates of the enterprise, among other things. Now I'm at this point, I hate among other things. Provided these victims and witnesses with false narrative of events in an effort to conceal Combs' crimes. Combs caused these calls to be monitored on at least one occasion. So this is before we get to the racketeering conspiracy. I want y'all to know that this is the case. So this is the federal government,
Mhm.
Homeland Security.
Mhm.
They took a long time to build this case because they wanted to be on point. All right. So racketeering and conspiracy. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So racketeering and conspiracy. From at least in or about 2008 through on or about the date of the filing of this indictment in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs, aka, we already know all the names. PD was a weird one because apparently only Sean has to call that, and then he changed his name to Love.
Apparently, I don't know
Super
nobody
interesting.
that calls him
The
that.
defendant and others known and unknown. That means, hey, if you was getting into this, we could find you because you unknown. We'll figure out who you is.
Right.
Being persons employed by, and that is if you were just a person that turned your one blind eye, if you was employed and your check said Sean Combs on it, Bad Boy Enterprise or anything on it,
And you're not cooperating with them. Let's add that in there too. And you're not cooperating.
Yeah. So yeah, if they give you a phone call, you probably want to answer that phone and they're like, hey, look, I just brought food. I was a door dasher. That's it.
Yeah, they was naked when I came in the room, but
yeah, basically, no, be honest. Yeah, look, okay, cool. Look, I did see the 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I did see somebody. There was a nigga playing the piano. I asked him what the name was. He said he ordered the steak. He ordered some tacos. It was Tuesday. He said my name was Rod. I was like, all right, cool. Here's your food, and I left.
Here's your taco.
That's what you have to say.
I gotta put this on the screen just because of that. Here's your tacos.
But that's what you would have to say just to keep it G. Because, like, yes, I witnessed something, but I did not participate. I was just doing, and then this is what gets scary. I was just doing my job. But tell us what you saw then, and get off. Employed by and associated with the Combs Enterprise. That could be anybody. 1099 worker is
that could be anybody that went to them parties.
No,
anybody that just a friend.
My joke was about a door dasher. They said if people having a good party, come on in. No, it's cool. Just look, you put it on the table over there. If you just a person that's doing a regular job, a delivery person, a 1099 worker, contractor, you seen something then and you get called there. Look, if they go through phone records, they know what happened.
The chef lady said when she would be cooking for them, when she in her lawsuit,
boom,
he would be naked. And the other parties would be naked too. Gotta get the Kim book. I promise you. Matter of fact, I think we should just do a show on that by itself.
Kim's book, that'll be interesting. But this is what I understand about how this goes. Because if you did anything business and you got any money from the monies that he has, you was employed for a certain bit of time for whatever capacity he was in. You was a yacht person, a door dasher, the dude that got, or whoever got the
producer slash piano player.
And Lil Rod, he's like, fuck this shit. I'm calling my shit quick. But all right. So
he had 2 jobs. I'm sorry.
Huh?
He had 2 jobs. He wasn't getting paid.
Yeah, he wanted extra money. All right. So we were talking about everybody that was connected to enterprise, described in paragraphs 6 through 12 of this indictment. An enterprise engaged in and the activities of which affected interstate and foreign commerce. LA, Miami, New York, foreign, the yacht shit, Virgin Islands, all of that. Knowingly combined, conspired, confederated, and agreed together in which each other to violate the racketeering laws of the United States, to wit, and this is such an asshole term, to wit, I hate that term because it has more of a meaning than most people don't understand.
Right.
Title 18 of the United States Code, Section 1962C, that is to conduct and participate directly or indirectly. The indirectly word is the word that's how they win these cases, because if you didn't really know you were doing something, like, well, yeah, you're not directly connected to it, but did you purchase the lube?
Stay around. Did you stay around? Did you watch? Did you look? Did you see something real quick and then acknowledge that you saw it and then ran out the door?
Exactly.
There's a couple of things what indirectly can mean. You didn't participate.
You got it on point. By the way, I just dropped Little Rod's tacos off, and all of a sudden, I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch? All right, look, I got my next order.
How did I get in this case? I just was delivering food.
So, in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs Enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity, as that term is defined in Title 18 of the United States Code, Section 19611 and 19615, consisting of, and this is when they break down the code.
And I'm about to break that down real quick. So, A, multiple acts of involving kidnapping chargeable under the following provisions of state law, California Penal Code 207, kidnapping. California Penal Code 21A 664, I'm sorry. Attempted. California Penal Code 31, aiding and abetting. California Penal Code 182, conspiracy. B, multiple acts involving arson. We know where the arson comes from. Chargeable under the following provisions of state law, California Penal Code 451, arson. California Penal Code 21A 664, attempted. California Penal Code 31, aiding and abetting. California Penal Code 182, conspiracy. Oh my gosh, Diddy.
No,
sorry.
I want to say this. What they're reading now, this is how they get people to flip, because they're saying anything that you did anything with this, that's how they're going to get you to flip. Because the federal government, they're just saying something happened in California, and if you was involved in this, as in you knew something about him blowing up somebody's car or attempting to, or if you knew something about him not letting somebody leave,
you should have called the police. It's basically what they saying. If you saw it, you should have snitched.
Well, what's the whole thing after that? If you see something, say something. But this is
then you a snitch. I don't like the street codes, and when the street codes and the court codes coming together, you don't know what to do. But let me get to C real quick, because I don't want to spend too much time on this case, and it's more than 11 pages, but whatever. So C, multiple acts involving bribery, chargeable under the following provisions, state law, the California codes. I'm not going through all of those codes. Multiple acts of indictable under title. It's some more codes relating to tampering with a witness or an informant. So he was trying to talk people. I wonder, is that the Kalina portion of it? Because they did say he called her like 40 times. Multiple acts indictable under Title 18. Most of these are Title 18. I'm not doing the sections. Relating to trafficking. Multiple acts indictable under Title 18. Again, I'm not doing all the codes. I don't feel like it. Relating to transportation and inducement to travel for purposes of being a worker and other illegal essay or actual activities.
Well, let me know because I know West Coast is coming up, but there's a certain thing I want to say about how this kind of plays out in my mind.
All right, well, let me get through this real quick, so because I don't want to spend because we still gotta get to the package. I hate saying package because it sounds never mind. Multiple offenses involving the possession and with the intent to distribute or distribution of narcotic and controlled substances, including schnoschnane. I don't even know how to say this any other way. I'm just going to say it. Cocaine, oxycodone, oxycodone. I can't even say what that is.
Allopromazine.
I don't know. I've never done it. I don't know.
And then meth, basically,
Um,
that's meth.
and then meth, we'll just go meth. Oh, I hate saying meth because then you think about my boo. Bromo, whatever, and
That's morphine. That's part of making meth.
I don't know.
That's part of making meth. Ketamine is a
All
different drug,
these
but
other things
uh,
and ketamine, I can say that one.
mhm,
In violation of Title 21, a whole bunch of codes, distribution and possession with the intent to distribute, and conspiracy to do the same.
mhm.
And then another code, aiding and abetting and willingly causing. Whew, child. They said, oh, you, okay,
Mm.
okay. You did that.
Yeah.
And so we're going to give you all these charges because you
It,
did that.
there's well,
Go
there's
ahead.
a key thing that I'm beginning to understand what this one is. This is funny now that I'm thinking about it. The reason they can get all this stuff because if this is my assumption, I would assume that there are certain workers that Diddy does trust. I would think that.
And Brendan, who got arrested and who is not trying to spend the rest of his clear life in prison.
So what I think kind of happened with this is there was enough stuff around, and then maybe when his son made the rap shit about the government and everything and whatever happened. And there's another little weird theory that I want to ask you about, but I'll wait. But
My theory is Brendan, the boy who held the Prada bag with all the
Mhm,
narcotic in it,
mhm,
got arrested. Remember when they raided the houses?
mhm,
He got arrested that same day because he
mhm.
had all the narcotic. What does a young um, college student ex-college student,
Yeah, he was a basketball player.
aka basketball player, what do you think he's going to do when he's in a situation where now the federal government is talking about, we about to take you down, or either you tell us what we need to know,
Exactly. More close to
or
that.
you're going to prison for the rest of your life?
I think it's
What do
more
you
close to
think
tell us what
Brendan
we need to
did?
know because it could have been to me a lot more like we kind of know something's going on. What do you know? Just tell us, and you gonna
They
be
know
okay.
something going on. He had the Prada bag with all the narcotic on
No,
it.
I'm talking about even everything that's always been around the whole aura of this. And
Well,
the reason I'm saying that's because there was a whole story that it keeps popping up when people try to buy something that they ain't supposed to be trying to buy. It has to do with like media too. But
yeah, but I
if
don't want to speculate too much. I want to go
okay,
based on what happened.
okay.
Brendan
And
got arrested with all the narcotic on him, and the you know how cops do.
yeah,
It's the same,
that's why
even
we don't
though
say
that's a
shit.
higher branch of law
Yeah,
enforcement.
I
They
fully agree.
all do the same tactics, which is they bait one against the other. It's a bait and switch.
And that's why one, you shouldn't say shit. But in this case,
He
if we're
don't know.
going
He ain't
in
from the
that way,
streets. He
huh?
ain't from the streets. Brendan's come
Look,
from a good
fucking
family.
get
He don't
look,
know.
but my whole thing is the way this is written in the beginning is a if I am the person that calls you, I'm going to give this to you. And then if you're somewhat, oh shit, I need to get a lawyer. And then the lawyer sees the way this was written. They're like, oh, they already talked to a bunch of people. You just need to tell the truth. If you want to
Again,
keep yourself away from any of the bad
again,
shit,
he had the drugs on him. It ain't but much they gotta
no, I'm
say.
talking about the next people that they contact because what I see with this is this tells me a story that they've already talked to a bunch of people. And
They
everybody's
did,
like, no, I'm gonna
but
tell you everything as
in
long as I
order
don't have to deal with
to
it.
make the narcotic part of this case stick, it was Brendan. I'm telling you because he had the drugs on him.
Yeah. But
It was Brendan.
to me, it's the crazy part is if he did flips slash snitch or however you want to angle it.
He flipped. I don't want to call him a snitch because he's not from the streets.
All right, so he flipped. But when he flipped, he knows a lot. He probably the person that went to go buy half the shit.
Again. Matter of fact,
Allegedly.
as a matter of fact, in the court case that we read against Christian, Remember, in that court case, Brendan came in the room with the young lady who filed the case and was laughing, and she was trying to figure out why he was laughing, and he was like, he just walked out of the room where Diddy was having a freak off. But he was required to stay in the room just in case Diddy and his freak off companions needed some more narcotics. Brendan flipped. Oh. That was an old girl case against his son. That wasn't even against Diddy. That was against Christian. Brendan flipped. If he could tell that girl that quick, what you think he did when he had to sit in the interrogation room?
My thing is, then had Brendan been flipped way back before? And
no, Brendan flipped when Brendan got arrested. Brendan was living a good life. This is Diddy we talking about. We're not going to act like we don't know. Brendan didn't flip until Brendan got arrested with the drugs on him.
But that
he had no reason to flip before that.
But to me, that's close to the time of the test run of, hey, if something goes bad, can I get out of this country?
Again, Brendan got arrested while they were boarding the jet. He's the only one that got arrested. Nobody else got arrested. Just Brendan. He had the drugs on. Brendan flipped. And he didn't do it before. I'm not going to add nothing to it because I'm just going to base it on the facts of what really happened. He didn't do it before because if he did it before, then they would have already came for Diddy a long time ago. He did it when he got arrested.
Okay.
That's when he flipped. And then he was like, oh, no, I'm not getting ready to go down for this dude. You know what I mean? And he flipped. But anyway, let's get back to this case because I don't want to linger anymore. And it's trash night. And we ain't forget it's trash night. You got trash night. I got trash night. We got trash night. It was a part of the conspiracy that Sean Combs, I'm not doing all this, Diddy, because there's too many AKAs. The defendant, and I don't know where the hell PD came from, except for Sean. The defendant agreed that a conspirator would commit at least 2 acts of racketeering activity in the conduct of affairs of Combs Enterprises. He had to do that because you got to be complicit with me. If I go down, we go down. He said it in the song. I'm gonna keep going though because I want to get through this. Notice a special sentencing factor. I'm gonna read this one too. From at least in or about 2009 up to the including in or about 2018 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, wherever he be at, who knows, as a part of his agreement to conduct and participate in the conduct of affairs of the Combs Enterprise through the pattern of racketeering activity, Sean Combs, I'm not doing all the AKAs, the defendant, agreed to in and affecting interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly recruit, entice, harbor, transport, provide, obtain, advertise.
Anything you can do.
He advertising, maintain, patronize, solicit by any means a person knowing and in reckless regard of the fact that the means of force, threats of force, fraud, coercion, as described in the sections, the titles in the sections. I'm not doing all of those. I don't feel like it. And any combination of such would be used to cause the person to engage in commercial essay in violation of the codes. It's still Title 18. But whatever titles go under 18 sections, that's where it's at. This is insane. This is I can cuss now. This is fucking insane. It just paints the picture a little bit more. I mean, we already knew how trifling he was, how sinister he was. I'm going to our vocabulary words. We heinous. We knew all of these things about him, but I think when we read these cases, it's like it gives us the private aspect of him versus what we already knew in the public aspect. Like we knew how fucked up he was when he would do business, and how even Freddie P from Making the Band.
I just seen something popped up on my timeline. I haven't watched it.
Right, where he was talking about Farnsworth Bentley.
No,
did you see that clip?
He was talking about the cheesecake situation.
That was because the cheesecake was supposed to be for Beyonce, but that's some bullshit. I don't even want to. We all saw what happened with the cheesecake. He said that him and Dylon did not walk back. They caught a cab. Everybody else.
I haven't watched it yet. It popped up on my timeline. I have not watched it yet.
I'm going to tell you what he said. He said him and Dylon did not walk back. Everybody else walked back. And then everybody else tried to snitch on him and Dylon for not walking back. And he was like, I didn't tell y'all to walk back. I just told y'all to walk to get it.
Smart move. Then, hey, look.
And then he was like, take that upstairs to Beyonce because it was for her. So that's that story. But this fuck the cheesecake, because I'm about to say some shit that Freddie said about Farnsworth Bentley. A lot of times in his reflection, Farnsworth Bentley was like his boyfriend. And he said that he didn't want to say that because he knows that, you know, he got kids and he's a married man now and he got kids and all of that good stuff. But he was like, Diddy was bitching him all the time. And he was shitting on him all the time. And how they got rid of Farnsworth Bentley, we didn't hear this, but this is what he's saying. This is from his recollection. The reason why that Diddy got rid of Farnsworth Bentley is because reportedly, allegedly, Farnsworth stole from him. And his statement was like, if you working for a dude, the nigga don't never pay you, he treating you like shit, he talking to you like shit, you gonna steal from that nigga too? That's what Freddie said. So it's so much. And like I said, I think I want to do just a separate episode of listening to the alleged words of Kim Porter. I mean, it went from the time she got with him to right before she died. Like literally right before she died. So I think that I'm gonna pull that up and we're gonna listen, stop, talk about it a little bit, listen some more, stop, talk about it a little bit, because I think that deserves its own show in itself. Okay. But I'll just say there is a situation in that scammy book that Albie Shore said where, let's just say throughout the whole book, Diddy is gay.
Throughout the whole book, Diddy is gay.
Throughout the whole book, from the beginning to the end, Diddy is gay. He taking it, he giving it, he's sucking, they sucking him, he's gay. We're gonna go through the book. Don't question me. I didn't write the book. This is what I heard today. I listened to this literally while I was getting ready for the show. It's like an hour and some change long.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
It's not as long of a book, because remember, she was working on it before she died. Well, allegedly.
Yeah, that's
she was working on it before she died. So these are the excerpts that were put together and smashed together as the book. But we're going to go through it. But let's just say throughout this whole book, Diddy is gay, which we all kind of knew. My favorite anti-hero said he's a Fruit Loop.
Shout out to 50.
Shout out to 50. Matter of fact, that's where the baby oil meme came from. Him.
Because he don't make
You
sense.
might not like the man. You might not like the delivery, but the man.
So, have you seen that? And it's an interesting, weird clip of when Diddy was on Drink Champs with Nori and Fab.
When he was trying to get him to party with him?
Yeah, I had never seen
I watched that whole
before.
episode. I seen the whole episode.
I watch Drink Champs every once in a while, but I don't watch like heavy. But even me, when I watch it, like, that is weird.
Let me say this. I
To
watched
me,
Drink Champs.
Fab was like,
let me say this. I watched Drink Champs because I like a lot of the interviews that Nori and EFN have on there. So I do watch Drink Champs. I'm not going to even play like I don't. No. That episode I watched from the beginning to the end. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He like it when you scraping and scrambling, daddy. He like when you do it like that, daddy.
Somebody showed that clip and I was like, Nori ain't say shit.
Then he turned to Fab, like, so when we gonna party together?
But no,
we already party together. It's my birthday party. No, I'm talking about we gonna party together. There was a lot of gay moments in there.
I've been trained to read body language, and it was something wrong.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna say this because I don't even like to say that. I hate using the word gay, but he's gayer than a gay man.
Look. I thought that shit. I was like,
or how about when he was singing "Happy Birthday" to French Montana in the kitchen? French ain't
I remember somebody said something else.
He had on a little robe, and he was like, "Happy birthday to you. This is a very special birthday for the both of us. Why is this both of y'all birthday? It's his birthday."
Only this is my misogyny. Only girls give a fuck about a birthday like that. But that's me. But I get.
No, I know a lot of them, and stop being a misogynist. I know a lot of men that get happy about birthdays. I know a lot of them. What I'm saying about that particular, I'm not going to put another woman or another man in that situation. I'm going to focus on that particular situation. You in the kitchen with another grown ass man. He don't got no shirt on. I don't know if he had on pants. I don't know what you had underneath your robe. But you singing happy birthday to this man, and then you turn to this man and you tell this man that this is a very special birthday for the both of us. What? I think my best friend 50 is right. Correct. He is a Fruity Loop.
That's wild shit. Wild business. Wild business.
It's a lot more that I could go in. Like the picture, him, French, and a couple of people on the roof. And him and French are basically spooning. It's a lot of scenarios I could run through. Every photo where it looked like he's kissing a nigga.
But the clip that popped up recently was that one off the Drink Champ shit. And I'm like, this really happened?
Nah, I listen, because this is what I do. I'm not just looking at I've seen a lot of clips. I've seen things before this case came to light. And I had questions, like the spooning picture. That happened, and I want to say 2018-ish. 2018-ish.
That is wild. Look.
They on the roof, him, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think it's like 5 people, but in that picture, French Montana and Diddy are 2 of the 5, and they are spooning. It's a lot of things. I pay attention because this is what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot. I've seen a whole lot. But yeah. So it's some things. I was talking to Meek Mill in the pool when Meek Mill was in the pool. Yeah, daddy, you deserve it, daddy. What grown man talks to another grown man like that?
Look, this is my fairness. I don't know if it's like New York slang or some shit or
no. I don't. Listen. I have a child by a New York nigga from Harlem. He has never called another man daddy.
Hey, look, I don't
that is not a New York slang.
No, I come about dad or pops.
No, I've never heard that. I had a child by a man who was born and raised in Harlem. I've never heard that. Ever. I've hung out in Harlem. Never heard that. Ever. Nope. I'm not even gonna allow that to be the narrative. Nope.
Okay.
He's a Fruity Loop. Like 50 said. I ain't never heard. I've heard done. I've heard son. I heard all kinds of shit. I ain't never heard no grown ass man call another grown ass man daddy, and especially not in New York. And I've been in all the boroughs. I've dated men from. I sad to say, I've dated men from all the boroughs. I don't know. I wanted to say that on live, but I had. I've dated a nigga from Brooklyn. I've dated a nigga from Harlem. I've dated a nigga from Staten Island. I've dated a nigga from the Bronx. I've dated New Yorkers, and that is not a thing. I'm depending on who driving. I'm 2.5, 3 hours away from New York. That is not a thing. That's his thing. That's his Fruity Loop ass thing.
Then he be getting that shit off, and nobody ever says nothing different other than 50.
And have you heard another man say that besides him? You heard another man call another man daddy? I haven't.
The only fucked up shit in my head,
and it's daddy is some fighting words.
I would assume the only person that pops in my head, and I don't think they say daddy, it would be Birdman though, because I always think he has weird shit going on.
And he's a Fruity Loop.
That's the only thing I'm saying. That's all I don't think I'm saying.
He was kissing Lil Wayne in the mouth.
That's what I'm saying. That shit is weird.
Nah, Fruity Loops. I'm going with that. You ain't never going to sway me elsewhere. I've never, like I said, I've dated men from all the boroughs. I have a child by a dude from Harlem, where Diddy is from, and that's not a thing. I've hung out in Harlem. That's why I was like, why the fuck did he send them all the way to juniors in Brooklyn when he could have just sent them to juniors in Harlem? But whatever, on 125th. But I digress, because it's the juniors on 125th.
I've never been to New York, so I don't know.
I've been to New York a lot of times. I have a kid by a New Yorker. There is a juniors, unless they moved it. I mean, unless they closed it down. Well, at that time when they was making a band, there was a juniors on 125th. Why are you sending them all the way to Brooklyn? And y'all in Manhattan. You know how far you got to walk? You got to walk over the bridge. Then you got to get to... Why you just didn't send them to 125th? But whatever, it's Diddy. He's a Fruity Loop, y'all. I'm
going to re-up my drink.
All right, I got to get to these love notes.
Yes.
I'm just...
you having a wonderful stuffy nose show right now, and it's awesome. It's fun.
He's a Fruity Loop. That's all I'm going to say. Don't no grown man call no never grown man daddy.
I'll be right
back. A grown woman calling her father daddy, perhaps, maybe her baby daddy or her boyfriend daddy, perhaps. But a grown man calling another grown man daddy, you don't find that weird? I'm just saying. But anyway, it's time to get to these love notes. I promise you, it's just weird. He's a Fruity Loop, like 50 said. I don't know what 50 got going on, but Diddy shit is out there, so it is what it is. It's time to get to these love notes. But before I get to the love notes, I want to give love to anybody who is watching live from Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. This is called Live Love. This is for you. I appreciate you so much, and thank you for coming through and checking the podcast and sitting down and taking the time to watch it. But these love notes, that's not y'all. The love notes, my friend, are my listening audience. And I appreciate them so much. It's crazy over the years how they've vastly grown, but they have. And I love them. I adore them. They don't know what I look like. They just come through and they listen, and I appreciate them so much. Now, they could find out what I look like. All they got to do is go to YouTube, but they don't. They just listen, and I appreciate them, and I love them. How do we come up with the name Love Notes? Love was my thing, because I always used to, I'm just about to show some love, right? Doc called it show notes, and we used to go back and forth about it for a while, because that's what me and Doc do. We debate. It's all in fun, though. It's all in love. But I was never going to call it show notes. So we just came to the compromise, and now we call it love notes, because that's what it is. Hey, babies, my love notes. He also said I had a stack of papers the size of composition notebooks. I did not. It was just a lot of cities, states, and countries. It was. And because of that, we decided that we can't do that any longer. So now we just cover countries and we've gone green. And so here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's all love, and thank you for all of the love. I appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to my top 6, the United States, the United Kingdom, India, Canada, China, and Belgium, specifically Brussels. Ooh, I love you so much, boos. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sweden coming for y'all spot, though. Russia, Indonesia, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, Turkey, Switzerland, Germany, Mexico, Austria, Philippines, and Kenya. Hi, babies. Thank you. Pakistan, Romania, South Africa, Nigeria, Brazil, Netherlands, Singapore, Spain, Ireland, and Nepal. I love you all. Thank you for the love. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Mauritius, Israel, Hong Kong, France, Poland, Tunisia, Venezuela, baby, the Czech Republic, Portugal, and Morocco. Hi, boos. I love you too. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Ghana, Finland, Cameroon, Lithuania, Sweden, Bangladesh, Latvia. And last but not least, it's going to take a minute, so just bear with us, bear with us, bear with us. It's coming. It's coming. Hungry. Hi, honeys. Thank you for all of the love. Oh my gosh, I just appreciate all of this love. I appreciate you so much. And like I said, Sweden said that they are moving up in the ranks. They trying to be part of the top 6. I see you, Sweden, and I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for all of the love, and I just appreciate you guys so much. I do. I love you. I adore you. Thank you. Doc said we are worldwide. Get the full story or what is documented amongst other things. Oh my gosh, I hate amongst other things. The other things is a grown man calling another grown man daddy. That's the other things. Top flight, catch the vibes. You cool if the diddler calls you daddy, son? Huh? Done. Oh no, you not cool. You better run if he calling you daddy. You better run. You better run. You better scream. You better be like, no. Cat Williams said, you got to tell Diddy no. You got to tell him no. and protect your little virgin hole that he was talking about. That's what Cat Williams said. You know what? All of the people that they say are crazy, Cat Williams, Jaguar, right, amongst other people, at this point in time, that's why I said go easy on the crazy. Are they crazy? Or is other people telling you that they're crazy? Because that's usually what happens when people don't want you to know about their dirt and somebody else knows about their dirt. And then that person start talking. They be like, oh, they just crazy. But are they?
The craziest thing is this year with the Cat Williams shit started off super wild.
Right. And nah, have you seen his stand up for this year?
It has not stopped.
Even in his stand-ups, he talk about this shit. He ain't playing. He said he about to expose them all.
And it has not stopped.
It has not, and he's still going. Like I said, I've shared a few clips on Facebook today of some of his stand-up, and I'm telling, when I say this man is still going and still standing strong in his convictions, he not playing with these niggas. He said he about to tell it all, and he is. Jaguar, right? Everybody, she crazy, she ain't a little bit. She is a little bit, but a lot of what she was saying was what? Truth.
That is wild. It is just like
50 said it. That man asked him to take him shopping. Who does that? Talking about, I just thought he needed some clothes. You didn't think that nigga needed some clothes. You thought that was the way to get in. Y'all be trying to treat men like how a man treat a woman. I'm gonna take you shopping. Come on, let's go shopping. And then after you go shopping, then
that is actually fucked up because I thought about like that would make sense as well. What's trying to happen?
Isn't that what men do to women? I'm gonna take you shopping. And then they take them shopping, and then now they expect things in return.
That's fucked up because you kind of right. It matters what type of dude you are. You say, "I'll go shopping," but I think Diddy played it. But look, this is gonna sound fucked up. Apparently, 50 Cent was in that bitch. He said,
Listen,
"What?
I'm gonna say this,
No."
and it sounds crazy that's why that was my analogy, but what was the young man's name? It was a young man who was getting in the industry. He was real nice at rapping and whatever, and then he went to an industry party, and basically what he said is, first they send the stylist to you to see if you're gonna rock certain things, to see if they could play with you, and then once the stylist says, "Yeah, here go," then they go back to the person who's in charge or whatever, tell them that you will go, and then that's when they try to make their move on you. Or
Yeah.
they do it by drugs, which Jaguar Wright said that they'll bring you a tray with all the delectables you can have, right? Whatever your choice is. I mean, you just pick what your choice is. And then if you pick that, then that's how they know how to target you too. It's a lot of things about this industry that a lot of people don't know, and a lot of stories that a lot of people haven't heard. But I'm trying to tell you, when it comes to this music industry, it's crazy. We gotta do Kim's book. We do. And as much as I want to say it's a scam, I don't want to say it's a scam because there's a lot of stories in there that coincide with the other stories that I've heard too.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Gene Dill.
That thing popped up on my timeline again too. This
What, Gene Dill?
so
A bunch of Gene Dill, because Gene Dill everywhere right now. What happened?
No, I was saying I haven't watched none of this overall, but a lot of this stuff is popping up. I watch a lot of hip hop shit, and even if it's about documentaries, old school shit, and
Me
how
too.
groups form, all that stuff. So
Me
all that
too.
shit pops up on the timeline, and
Uh-huh.
the Diddy shit that pops up because I'm like, what is everybody talking about compared to us actually reading the case and seeing what's going on and what's been documented.
Right.
And then when somebody wants to do a new, me, what's happening too also is the people that didn't grow up in the era where, to me, a lot of shit was a lot of rumor, and this before internet. So
But
it's the same thing
when
with
it
like,
comes to Gene Deal, it's not a rumor. That man worked with that man. He was there when Biggie died. He was there when Pac got shot.
so it's things like that. Is it a bigger conspiracy throughout, or is it just the way?
No, this is just the shit that man was out here doing, and they saw
What
it, and they witnessed the shit, and now they feel more comfortable speaking on it because other people are
I
speaking on it.
guess what I'm
But
trying to.
Gene Deal, in all fairness, Mark Curry and Gene Deal been speaking on it. Gene Deal wrote a book, Mark Curry wrote a book, and this was way before Diddy got in trouble. And they've been promoting their books way before Diddy got in trouble.
I guess
Don't
the
think when it
angle.
comes to Gene Deal and Mark Curry that they just doing it now all of a sudden because Diddy in trouble. No. Gene Deal got a couple of books, and they definitely cover the Diddy scenarios. It cover Wolf, it cover Big Meech, it cover all that. Mark Curry, same thing. But these books came out years ago. Years. They've been promoting these books for years. So they not new just because y'all just now saying it. No, these books have been out. J. Dill been promoting his book. Mark Curry been promoting his book. It's just y'all just now finding out about it. But these books are available online and have been available online for a long
The
time.
thing I want to say is because you said something very interesting just recently in my mind that I was thinking about, like, is it more than just this individual person? Because you said the way they would test, send this, send this. And there's the thing in hip hop to where right now, I understand the older people like me, like, this shit is weird. Why are you wearing? And it goes like even with like the Young Thug shit, the Lil Uzi Vert shit, all those things. It's like, wait, is it just because that's kind of how it was working on another angle? And now because the internet exists, cultures and words blend too much a lot now. So even being expressive, if somebody's pushing you towards that different level of expression, is that part of what became with hip hop now? That's the deep thought I was thinking about, because you said something interesting, like it kind of would make sense. Like, hey, wear this, rock this. Oh, nah, if they willing to move to this
Oh
level.
no, with his controlling nature, yes, he did do that. You feel me? That's how he did,
But
but
I
he
mean,
never
even
did it.
outside of him as the person, I mean the certain level of the new artists of how they kind of get.
Oh, the stylist.
Mhm.
What I said about the stylist,
That's
but
kind
that's
of what
been
I'm
going
saying.
on for years. That's not a new thing.
No, not what a stylist does, but like I've seen artists wear shit. I'm like, why the fuck are you wearing this?
Because the stylist put them on them to see if they could.
And that's the thing that I'm saying. Like, is that some part that I was not aware of? That wait, why?
But again, you're not in the industry. These are
Correct.
stories that I've heard from people in the industry, artists.
Okay.
You feel me? Not everyday people. These are actual artists telling these stories.
Mhm.
These are actual security bodyguards telling these stories. So you wouldn't hear about them. And then again, like you said, the internet is the wave. This is why you're hearing about it now. But in
Yes.
the 90s, you wouldn't have heard shit about it. None of this because it wasn't that easily accessible. Now it
Correct.
is. Now it is. So I'm not going to question none of that shit because that don't have nothing to do with nothing. The internet is here. You put something on the internet, you can't get rid of it. It's there forever. Even when you think you got rid of it, it's still there.
Big facts.
The internet is what the internet is. They just found an avenue to express themselves. I'm not gonna judge nobody on how they just found their avenue to get it out. And I believe them. Mark Curry is one of the people who basically broke down that it's a bottles for the ladies and it's bottles for everybody else. It's bottles for the workers and the ladies, and it's bottles for everybody else. Don't drink those bottles because they are for the workers and the ladies. Drink these bottles.
Look, joke. Q was like, I'm drinking any bottle I want.
He didn't care. He
He
didn't
said,
even
look,
feel,
whatever.
he
Look, Q
didn't,
said, whatever
he didn't
happens,
even
happens.
feel none of that shit that was in them bottles because he was too hot anyway already.
He said, Q was saying, I drink any bottle I want, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah,
They were
but
like,
that's
we
what it
can't
was.
invite him no more. And he
But
was
that's
like, don't invite him. But he just
but
always
that's
here.
but that's what it was though. Like so, Mark Curry been wrote his book years ago. Gene Deal wrote his book years ago. But now because of what's going on, they getting a little bit more acknowledgement. You feel me? But these books been out. You can go on Amazon and get both books, by the way. You can also go on Amazon and get the alleged Kim Porter book, by the way. So they're there. It's up to you whether or not you wanna. But Gene Deal tell all kinds of shit. Gene Deal tell about when Biggie died, got shot, when Pac got shot in the studios in New York before he went to death row. He tell all of this shit. It's just now people are really listening and paying attention. But I would trust his word because he was a bodyguard for Diddy. And in Kim's book, she references Gene Deal and how much she had to deal with him up until he quit. Because he quit. Diddy didn't fire him. He quit. So, it is what it is. I say you pay attention to the things. And like I say, I'm big on connecting the dots. And then it all comes together. Once you just read through everything, you read through the court cases, the civil cases, now the indictment, you read through these things, you go to her book, it's some things that you could reference off of that to that, and then dot. Just pay attention. And don't speculate. Don't come up with your own assumption. Put it together first. And then, you know what I mean? Come up with your conclusion. Because everybody's not going to agree. That's why I always tell y'all read it for yourself. You feel me? Because then you can come up with your own conclusion. I've been reading a lot of these Diddy cases, so I was able to connect a lot of things together because I've been sitting in it. But never just read. Read. I know we hated it when we was in school and we was kids, but now we're adults. Read.
I always read. I love reading.
Read, not you, them. Read. Read the court cases for yourself and then come up with your own conclusion. That's my point. That's
And
all.
what
That's
read,
all I ever want you to do is just read for yourself. But
and I will say this: read more than one, because especially with this situation, it's more than one case. It's like 3 different things. So
well,
you
no, in this situation is one case, the criminal case, but those other cases are all civil. But they do bring you to this case.
all around the same person, same issue.
Yeah, it bring you to this case, and you can. It's a lot of things that we ain't finished with this case yet. I thought we was gonna finish tonight, but we're not. But anyway, I gotta say the things I gotta say because I do have to take out trash, and I do have a child. I have to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning because I gotta take my child. Yeah, so I gotta do what I gotta do. It's not about me; it's about her. So I'm gonna say these things right now. Join the conversation. Call in, text 443-780-5978. You could do that, whatever. We cool with it. I don't, just do that. You want to contact the show, hit us up, contact at ambitiouslyent.com for any reason. Hi, Gab, sponsorship, advertisement, whatever the case may be. Like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. We need every like, every share, and every subscription. Basically, I really want you to hit the like button, though. Do that right now. Hit the like button. I have permission, so I will not take requests because I have any music video I've ever played on this podcast. I've had permission to play. And then when it comes to my DJ, he is that guy, and you just need to catch the vibe and shut up and just listen. It's good music that come out of this dude. So I'm not going to take your requests because then I take one, I got to take them all. And I don't need y'all doing that to him. I don't need y'all doing that. Speaking of him, see him this Saturday live on the turntable. Stop playing with my boy. Sorry. Check out our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com, www.ambitiouslyent.com. Join our coffee community so that we can have enlightening, titillating, taboo, salacious conversation. And I could cuss whenever I want to. I want to all the time. I'm sorry. I do. I just want to say shit on a regular basis without waiting to say it. Big shout out to our DJ Rukazy. Go DJ, because that's my DJ. We'll see him this Saturday, like I said, for our after party event. Let us know how you feel about the mixes. We will have one of those on Friday as well. So he's doing the mix for Friday, and then we got some stuff planned for Saturday as well. So big shout out to Rukazy. Let me see what else. So that's that. That's all I gotta say about that. Now it's time for me to say the other things that I'm supposed to say. Let me drink some water real quick. Child. It's a lot to say. I gotta get this off my chest.
Let's go.
And I'm nasally. And so it just makes it hard. Okay. I'm a nasally hot mess right now. But anyway. Mind your business, except for on the Media Monday, where I tell everybody's business. Or I've been doing good on the tapping. I ain't really been telling people's business lately. Sometimes, though. It's not intentional. It's not intentional. The wiretap, I'm definitely telling your business if you have a court case and you're depraved, heinous, sinister. Whatever, you know all the vocabulary. You're a celebrity and you got a court case where you was being trifling. I'm reading it. I might even start doing other court cases concerning them as well. But right now we in a disgusting bag, so it is what it is. And then White and White Wednesdays, I tell my business now. I barely tell y'all's. And then that's that. But other than that, mind your business and make sure you tune on the Fire Friday because we here with it. We bringing it. We bringing it. It is what it is. Just mind your business. Love your babies, hug your babies, tell your babies that they are the greatest of all times, the GOAT. I encourage that so much. I really strongly believe in that. It's a lot of parents out here that just don't encourage their children and then wonder why their children wind up being the way they are because you're not encouraging them to be great. So in my opinion, you should always do that. Let them know that they are the greatest of all times. If they want to work for NASA, tell them to be the best astronaut, engineer, receptionist, janitor, secretary, whatever the hell else they do over there at NASA. I don't know. It's space. Get a telescope. How about that? That's all I'm gonna say about that. If they want to work for NASCAR, tell them to be the best NASCAR driver, pit boss, pit crew member, commentator, or I know they got engineers over there too. They have a need for speed, and they at one point in time used to love muscle cars, and I forever will. It's one down the street that I gotta get, but whatever, I'm gonna get it one day. The point is this: whatever the case may be, whatever it is that they want to do, just encourage them. Be their strongest supporter and their backbone. That's a very important thing. All right, time for the fair warning. I ain't found my sound yet. I'm looking though. Don't get it twisted. I'm looking. Stay in your lane. My lane and your lane are two different lanes. Your lane is over there. My lane is over here. Just stay in your lane. It's the best way to just walk through life. Just staying in your lane. You jump in my lane, you're gonna get her, and you don't want her. Trust me, you don't want her. You don't want her. You don't want her. She is a bitch. I own it. She is. She evil. She all of these things. Leave her. Leave her where she is at. Do not break the glass and do not press the button, because you do that, then the gate lifts, the double-sided glass, whatever that shit is, plexiglass, I don't know. It's gonna lift. And then me and Harleys are coming outside, and y'all don't want that. So just stay in your lane. What you want is her. She's nice, sweet, kind, and cuddly. You want her, or at least her. And you big purple. You big purr bitches. Doc, you should put bitches on the end of there just so I can be happy. Like one day, just one day. Just put AU big purr.
Put it on a t-shirt.
AU big purr. I should put that on the t-shirt. The bitch.
You didn't put it on the t-shirt.
Yeah, I gotta put the bitch part on there. AU big purr bitches. I'm gonna do that. Because I feel like it should be there. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it should be there. AU big purr. But you don't want that first bitch. She is not nice. And what usually happens when you jump into other people's lanes is a collision. I don't need that for me. I don't need that for you. We don't need that for we. So just stay in your lane. It's a safe thing. I'm just trying to help you out. Which segues to my next point, which is pick and choose your battles wisely. If you chose to be in my lane, then you did not pick and choose your battles wisely. J. Cole, listen to me. You should too. Pick and choose. And he making new music. I see you. Pick and choose your battles wisely. Every battle is not a battle for you to fight. Some battles you gotta be like, fuck that shit. You got this. That's you. That's all you, boo. Have it.
Set the shock making music too, though.
Huh? What you saying?
You say J. Cole making music.
He is. He dropped a couple of singles. I'm not lying. He really did. So, but have it, boo. That's all you. Have that. And fuck the battle. Worry about the war. Mobb Deep told y'all a long time ago that there's a war going on outside and that no man is safe from it. You can run, but you can't hide forever in these streets that we done took. And mama say, mama side, mama side, because I have to stop. It's out of control. It's out of control. Mama say, mama side, mama side is out of control. I just wanted to do the song. But they told y'all a long time ago. I'm sorry, y'all. I got blue in those. They told y'all a long time ago, and y'all weren't listening then, but maybe you'll listen now. Fuck the battles. Worry about the war. We are all in a war right now. So worry about that. About that. And then my next point, shout out to Lizzo, because she listened to me too. And she's dropping a lot of weight. I don't know how I feel about that. I was cool with her being the thick chick, but whatever. The thick chick with the flute, but whatever. Fuck what they say. Like, fuck them. Don't worry about them. Worry about what you got going on. Everybody is not built for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I don't care how much they tell you to do this and then you do that thing and then they find something else to nitpick about. Fuck them. Just do what it is that you do, okay? Don't worry about nobody else. You hear me? Just worry about you. Lizzo, listen to me. You should listen to me too. I'm proud. I'm trying to tell you. Doc, thank you for bearing with me with my stuffy nose.
Doc, look. This ain't the first time. One thing I noticed about you though, you go extra hard when you think you're feeling sick. That's the most funniest shit to me.
What you say? I'm a what?
You go extra hard when you feeling sick.
Fuck it.
You crack more jokes. You are more talkative. I think you're trying to make up because you think, I feel like I'm looking down. No, you actually go way hard when the wrist thing first happened. And that's not the first time you've been stuffy nose and everything. I noticed you go over. And it's good as in the sense of not over in time. I'm talking about you give it your all. Yeah. And also we're covering something that you know a lot of certain details about, and you get it off.
If I know about it, I'm talking about it. Fuck it. But yeah, thank you for dealing with my stuffy. Y'all too. Thank you for dealing with my clogged nasal passage. I love you guys so much. Doc, we got trash to take outside.
Yes, that is facts.
They'll be here in the morning, and we can't have our trash just sitting in the house. And now I gotta get up all these snot rags. Listen,
you probably got a bunch. Actually, you did like, look, I see you, but
not as many as you think.
You did the whole.
Listen, I gotta let it go. I can't. I gotta breathe.
Okay.
I gotta breathe. But yeah, with that being said, it's time for us to get up. That's how I went live early. It's time for us to get up out of here. I love you guys. Stay out of trouble. Hopefully you're not dealing with the shit that I'm dealing with right now. I hope not. I don't wish this on my worst enemy. And with that being said, we gotta get out of here. Bye. Good night. We gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. I don't know what I gotta do. Good night.
Bye.
Oh,